Hello everyone, my name is Clay, and welcome to Terminally Nerdy's Indie Impressions, the show where I take a look at independent and non-AAA games, giving you my quick first impressions after at least 2 hours of playtime, because if that's good enough for Steam refunds, it's good enough for me, and this is our 4th special edition episode, and today I'm going to be looking at specifically the Nintendo Switch port of Torchlight 2, a game that came out several years ago on the PC, and if you want to look at this little screenshot I'm going to put right here in the middle, I've got a bit of time in it. So this is a little different than normal. Normally I'm only going to cover games that I haven't played, but I specifically wanted to cover the Switch port, pardon my tongue-tiedness, and Perfect World Entertainment were kind enough to send me a key for this, specifically because I've already played the game a ton on the PC. Now, for those of you who don't know what Torchlight 2 is a sequel to Torchlight 1, and it's basically a Diablo 2 clone in just about every way. There are some slight spoilers to Torchlight 1's story, and I'm going to have to go over that real quick. So basically the premise of this game is, after the events of Torchlight 1, where you go down into this dungeon underneath the Talent of Torchlight with one of 3 characters, you destroy this being called Ordak. One of the characters, the alchemist specifically, goes a little crazy, takes the heart of Ordak, and decides he needs to cure some disease he's got by any means necessary. And he starts going on a rampage. And if that sounds familiar, it's because in Diablo 1, you are in a town of Tristram, you go into a dungeon under the town, you fight an ancient evil, and your hero goes crazy, having to use his body to hold the evil in. And then the second game, the new characters are chasing after the hero turned villain. Same basic premise in Torchlight 2. In this game, you'll be going through different open world areas, a lot of different environments. There's deserts, there's mountains, there's jungles, there's snow areas, there's, standard issue action RPG kind of stuff. And the game looks really good, even on the Switch. The Switch is not the most graphically advanced console, and in docked mode, it doesn't look actually as good as it does in handheld, but it still looks decent. I'm also not too terribly bothered by the UI. Everything about the design on the console, the way they lay out the buttons, you have control over what you bind to which key, is really nice. However, some of the menus are a little weird to navigate. The ability in Torchlight to have your pet, because every character gets a pet, to send that pet to town to either buy stuff and sell stuff, the UI's a little finicky on that. You have to hit certain keys and go to different spots in the menu. But overall, it's pretty good. I did notice a couple of things, specifically item icons. Some of the items don't seem to have an item icon when they're on the ground, specifically like two-handed swords and some other stuff. It's very weird. There's also some instances where text looks a little smushed together in some of the skill descriptions. And one thing that I think is a glaring omission is every character has a charge mechanic, so the more you're in combat, you charge up a bar, and when the bar fills up, certain things occur, but it doesn't tell you in-game what each character's charge mechanic is. It's kind of weird. Now, when I played on PC, I played as the Engineer for about 15 hours, and I played as the Berserker for the rest of my 43-hour playtime. And I already know those classes. Basically, the Engineer is a cross between a Necromancer and a Paladin from Diablo 2. The Berserker is a cross between a Druid and a Barbarian from Diablo 2. But this time I played the Ember Mage, which is just a mage. Blow shit up. There is a 4th class, the Outlander. The Outlander is basically assassin, like Amazon Ranger kind of thing. Throw a lot of weapons, guns. Not my playstyle. I don't enjoy the Outlander. Tried it for like 5 minutes and I was good. Back in the day. Overall, I'm really impressed with the port. I like it. Like I said, it actually does run really well and undocked. And it looks really good and it sounds great. All the voice acting, all the story, everything is there in the port of this fantastic action RPG. But there's some issues with the port, and I want to see them get patched. The aforementioned text problems. Let's see. Oh yeah, the minimap's a pain in the ass, because when the minimap is not zoomed in, and it's up in the corner, it's nice and big, but when you hit the button to see the whole thing, they shove it off to one side and minimize it, and it's really hard to see. Really annoying. But beyond that, everything is great about this. So if you've played Torchlight 2, and you enjoy Torchlight 2, and you want to play this on the Switch, it's fantastic. And I'll even mention that this is also showing up on the Xbox, And while I don't have an Xbox, the Xbox being a more powerful console, it'll look probably better, but it'll probably also have the same problems here. So you can pick this up on the eShop. It's $20. You can also pick it up on Steam if you want to play it on the PC. It's $20. One thing that is missing from this that I would have liked to have seen was couch co-op. There is online co-op, so you can set up sessions and play with other players who also have the Xbox Online or the Switch Online functions. And of course, if you're on the PC, you have full online, plus the PC version has full mod support, and there's a lot of mods for this. So keep that in mind. I've messed with some of them. Some of them break the game in interesting ways. Some of them completely change how it functions, so... But overall, it's a fantastic game, controls really well, and it's a great port. As always, if you like what I'm doing, feel free to hit that like button. Have you played Torchlight 2? Which class do you prefer? I've been enjoying the Ember Mage with all the fiery explosions, so there you go. But I also like the Berserker. Those are my two favorites. Follow me on Twitter, @TerminallyNerdy. Visit me on Patreon, patreon.com/terminallynerdy, and visit my website, terminallynerdy.com. If you subscribe to me on Patreon for $2 a month, you will get all of these videos, all of my writing as early as possible when I finish them. And as always, thank you for watching, and remember everybody, stay nerdy. Have a great one.